All right, let's talk about anime because I still think this is an important topic because anime is a huge, huge entertainment moneymaker. And it's getting bigger and bigger all the time outside of Japan. That used to not be the case. I remember when I was younger, anime was kind of still like a shunned thing. Not everyone, like if you were a fan of it, you weren't openly talking about it. It took things like, Dragon Ball and a few other properties to really boost it more into the mainstream. But now it's bigger than ever. And I think as, Hollywood gets more woketh and go broketh, you're going to see anime kind of rise up. Netflix has been doing a lot of research in it, and they see the numbers. There was an interview they did where they talked about how the numbers for anime are going up for them, and they took notice for that a while ago. This is why you see Sony buying Funimation and so on and so on. You see other companies trying to make early moves to position themselves to be big high rollers when anime gets bigger. And I think that time is coming. And so, here's the headline. Japanese anime industry is earning more money than ever, almost half of it from outside Japan. Now, I've been predicting for a while that they're going to see big increases in this. I think eventually, probably within 5 years, the majority of their profits will come outside of Japan. You will see them finally see this. If anything is going to lead to a Trojan horse of the anime industry getting woketh and going broketh, it'll be them kneeling to the gaijin. It'll be them kneeling to people outside of Japan. Oh, you want these changes? Oh, we can give you that inch. We can give you a couple inches here and there. Be stuff like that. Now, as of right now, that's not the case. That's not happening. They're doing what they always want to do. That's why, as Raging Golden Eagle has said, we are in the golden age of anime. We're going to see some of the best looking stuff, some of the best stories we've ever seen from the medium. It's going to be great for at least probably, I would say, maybe 2 years. We're going to see some great entertainment, which is going to lead to a rise in popularity because Japan has given 0 Fs for what people in America, the Puritans over here, think about their fan service, think about the way they tell their stories. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Rising of the Shield Hero would never have been told in America. Whoever wrote that would have been canceled so fast if that had been announced here. But because it's in Japan, they can't really do anything. And thus, it's like, well, we're going to bring the story over here, They're going to dub it, translate it, and that's why we still got it. So while we get creatively bankrupt, they go on high rolls, and you're just going to see better and better stuff. But anyway, annual study shows 6th straight year of revenue growth and historical first in media format preference. Anime has never been more popular than it is right now, and that goes for both inside Japan as well as abroad, with digital distribution making it easy to watch new content whenever you want and easily catch up on missed episodes. Plus, an unprecedented number of slickly organized fan appreciation events and theatrical screenings, the medium of Japanese animation is in the middle of its biggest, loudest boom ever, and the industry has the numbers to show it. I'm not sure if they're talking about in Japan or over here in North America with anime in theaters. Theatrical screenings is what they're talking about with fan appreciation events. I think that's probably a Japanese thing. But even in America, I've been able to go see anime in movie theaters, which, is something that's relatively a new thing. A couple of years they've been doing that. I remember like 10 or 12 years ago, that wasn't the case. This is a relatively new thing. And it just shows you movie theaters, I think, are experimenting. Can we show these here? It's kind of interesting. So the Association of Japanese Animators conducts a yearly study of industry earnings, calculating data from roughly 150 significant anime-related companies. It's just released its 2019 report, which found that for the 6th year in a row, the total size of the anime industry grew. This also marks the 6th year in a row the industry reached a new all-time high, going up to about 2 trillion yen, which translates to 10 billion US dollars. They go on to talk about how physical sales are down, but streaming is up. That's not really surprising to anybody, right? Physical media is, of course, unfortunately dying out. I will be with it to the bitter end because I love owning personal copies of physical media, of things that I like a lot, you know. So anyway, here's the big thing. Here's the historic fact. Revenue from overseas totaled 1.0092 trillion yen, cracking the 1 trillion yen mark for the first time, with overseas theatrical screening and anime-related video games also mentioned as major contributors. That figure indicates that 46% of revenue came from outside Japan, making the overseas market nearly as important as the Japanese one for the anime industry. Now, the big takeaway from that to me, because that's very historic, over almost half of all of their earnings come from outside of Japan now. And that means one thing to me, that the influence from outside of Japan can grow. Hey, why don't you give us this inch so later we can come and take a mile? That's how it started with our entertainment over here. Now, granted, it's a totally different situation because that was homegrown, but nonetheless, I don't want to see anime get influenced by crazy NPC Puritans like they've pretty much just ran all of our stuff to the ground. Like, this is the last form of pure storytelling, and they can't really touch it. But if the profits start to eclipse what they're making in Japan, Japanese people love that money. And I could see them becoming influenced by outside people. I don't think it's going to be overnight. We're talking a while before that happens. You've got at least 2 years of really good stuff before you even have to start to worry about it. But one day, that manager, editor, whatever, is going to come in and talk to that ambitious manga writer and artist and say, hey, we got word that the Americans don't really like this. Can you make this little change here? And that's where it kind of starts. As the influence grows, you will eventually see changes. And that's kind of a scary thought, right? I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong, man. Hopefully I'm wrong. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go over that because I thought that was really significant. The fact that, it's growing at that rate. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Anyway, give me your comments. What do you think about all this? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Also, throw a like up. Remember, comments and likes are what help drive videos in the algorithm. YouTube calls them engagement points. So please consider giving the video some interaction. Also, share the video. That helps dramatically. Also, make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.